Well, welcome back to Three Legs Fishing. Down here at Balaf Beach today. Tide is going out. We're about, what time are we? 3:30. So we are 3.5 hours away from low. So I'm going to fish the tide out. Hopefully there's not too much weed in the water. Seems quite clear. A little bit of weed far out though. Now we're going to throw some top water around. Got some soft plastics to use, seekers. We have not been this side of the island for a while, so I'll work all the way up and down here. Got all the wreck and the reef and the rocks up that way. Down this way is just all gullies and sand, patches of rock. So we'll let the tide go out, fish it down, see what the beach looks like at low water. Hopefully get into a few fish, eh? Let's give it a go. I thought this was pretty interesting, the way the weather's carved this cliff face. Look at this one here. Goes right the way through. Old fence hanging down there. But yeah, you could go through that if you were that way inclined. I don't think I'm going to risk it, like. Looks very unsteady. Look at them cracks. That comes down on you. Bye bye. Yeah, that's nifty, isn't it? Small little caves as you go along. Yeah, I've not seen one like that before. Right, back to the task in hand. I'm wading up to these stones here where all the reef is. Hopefully the weed's not too bad. It's about, what, half a mile from where I started, down there where those rocks are. And yeah, I know it's very reefy up here and rocky. So I'll start my session up this end and work my way down that way as the tide goes out. Well, I've been casting for a little while now. I am only throwing this axie around on top water, but yeah, nothing yet. There's those blocks down there. So I've been fishing all this part here, just out beyond that weed. But yeah, at the minute the tide's going out, so I thought, balls to it. I'll head down there to the wreck and fish around there, and then work this area. Especially when the tide comes in as well. Yeah, it looks good. I always say that when I come here though. Always say it. Like the here especially. Let's hope the fish want to play ball. Right, I'll get myself down the wreck and go and see what's down there. Right then, I made it to the wreck, as you can see. Looks like there's a mullet just swimming there. But yeah, let's fire a lure at the wreck, see if there's anything living on it at the minute. Yeah, towards the back end of that wreck it's actually quite deep, so if there's anything hanging around, hopefully it comes and smashes this. Loads of sand eel are just spooked then. Well, nothing so far. I'm going to keep going now. Hopefully get into some fish. Right, well, we're an hour away from low water at the minute. As you can see, I've waded out to the outer reef. Got all that water behind me, so I need to be careful. In about 40 minutes, 50 minutes time, I'll head back to shore. Because yeah, if I'm here, I'm going to be swimming back. But yeah, this gully that's behind this reef runs all the way along the beach and then empties out around here, and there's a big reef of rock that runs up just about where my finger is. So yeah, east coast, last hour of the tide going out, I always seem to catch fish. So this is the west coast, we'll see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot of weed on this reef here, so I'm going to try and get to the edge of it because it's that horrible string weed. And yeah, see if we can't get into any fish around here. I've not seen anything come after me lure yet. No turns, no takes. Seen loads of sea trout jumping and fish hitting sand eels further out, but I can't cast that far. But hell of a spot, it really is. A beautiful evening. Yeah, some of these waves are catching me out though. Cracking little spot. Hopefully get a fish or two out, we will see. Right then, still no action. I was the other side of that reef there, and I just decided to wade this way. It's about an hour left of the tide going out, and that gully that you see in the middle, wow, that was deep. But yeah, see that gully goes all the way along, and I'm just walking these outer sandbanks now, and everywhere that there's an inlet like there, I'm going to wade out and fish there where it's deeper. Some guys further down there as well. But yeah, slowly work my way back to the car, fishing these little spots, and yeah, see what happens when the tide turns. I remember Derby, it was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours after low water when I started getting fish. So we will see what happens here. Yeah, that thing is absolutely burning my arms and face. Glorious evening. Absolute cracker. Yeah, just one fish, I'll be well happy. Just one. Come on, the bass. Oh, there we go. First cast at this inlet, and a little schoolie's hit it. At least I think it's a schoolie. It's only small, whatever it is, but first bit of action. Last hour of the tide. What we got? Yeah, little schoolie bass. Nightmare to unhook these things. Right, bring you back. Well, I managed to get the hook out of it, but I had to use the grippers on it because they thrash around. Something rotten. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bass. Hopefully there's many more. As you can see, I'm just in the gap where this gully empties out in between two sandbars. Obviously it's deeper here and there's a bit of water flow. Yeah, there was at least one small one here. I'm really after the big ones though. I don't often get to fish the west coast because of the weed and the wind. Especially top water, which is, you know, which I prefer to do. Yeah, I'll give this another half an hour fishing these inlets, and then I'm going to make it the other side of the gully so I don't get cut off. Let's see what happens. Well, another little schoolie. Not that I'm going to complain, but where's the big ones? You know what, he's turbocharged this one. I'm almost tail walking. Right, get him unhooked and I'll bring his back. Right, I managed to just flick it off because those things are absolutely lethal for getting a hook in you or spike in you. But yeah, just casting over all this rock that's in front of me. This is the last inlet on the beach before I'm back to the, you know, where I came down and started. And the tide's just on its turn. And it seems these smaller ones are coming on the feed. So when I look behind me, I'm going to go the other side of it and then work around there, and then I know going back I'm not going to be swimming. So hopefully bring you back into something a bit more decent before I go anyway. Fingers crossed. Well, hey, happy with 2 so far. Come on, the double. It's also worth noting, now that tide's turned, look at the wind that I've got. It's switched around to a southerly, so there's a nice breeze on the water now as well. As soon as that breeze came and that tide, the fish started to appear. Right then, we are an hour into the flood of the tide. I just thought I'd show you this. This is my escape route. So obviously down there you've got big sandbar into a big deep gully. Obviously the tide's coming in, that gully comes all the way up. Then there's a patch of sand here, and then another gully to the right of it, which will be the inlet that I'm going to be fishing with this tide flooding in. So I know going back, say half an hour's time, I can still walk that bit there, get back up to the beach, to the steps. Whereas if I was down there and I walk back, that's going to be deep, well over my waders. So yeah, if you're fishing places like this, just take a note, because if you're fishing these sandbanks, you're on a big tide, and this tide comes in very quickly. So yeah, just always have an escape. See if I can't get one more before I go. Hoping the bigger fish come out and play. Yeah, look at that. Glorious. Well, I'm in again. Another little schoolie. Plenty of these little ones around. Slightly bigger than my other ones though, so we'll take this. Oh, he's only very lightly hooked. Right, hopefully I bring you back to him in my hands. We'll see. Nice fish though. There we go, here's a better fish. Better than them little small ones anyway. You do over 40 easy. 45 probably. Have more of them and bigger please. This gully's filling right up now, so I've not got long, but hopefully long enough to get a few more of them. He's right between my legs, he is. Thank you, Mr. Bass. Come on, give us a big one. Couple casts later and we're in again. Loads and loads of them. Yeah, that sort of size. And they are everywhere here. It's every cast now. Get these glasses off so I can see. Every cast these things are hitting me. Look at the size of that compared to my lure. Just hooked. Hopefully I could just shake it off. There you go, matey. Right, let's see if this camera's that cursed that it won't happen again 3 times in a row, because that was literally just after the other fish. There's one on it there. He didn't take it though. He's right behind it still. Oh, missed him. He's still behind it. Still right behind it. Didn't want to eat it in front of me. Get that weed off. Let's go for another one, eh? There you go. Another little one. Loads and loads of little ones. Thank you, Mr. Bass. It seems it's just stuffed with these little schoolies at the minute. They're coming up, smashing me axe here pretty much every cast. You know, this sort of size. I hope it just falls off, to be honest. Don't really like touching them. Yeah. Might bring you back and show you, unless it just flaps around and spits a hook. We'll see. Yeah, managed to get the hook out of them. They're all this sort of size. There's absolutely loads of them, there is. Schools and schools. Thank you, Mr. Bass. Right, come on. I want his grandma. Of course, there's always time for one more fish. Get in there. Oh, I've enjoyed this session. Another little schoolie. Look, they're that vicious, he's not even hooked in the mouth, do you know what I mean? They're just smashing it. Poor thing's got a hook in his stomach there. Alright, hopefully I don't get stabbed by it. Perfect little miniature bass. I love those little, whoa, those little black spots on the gill plates. Beautiful fish. As I said, just what his grandma. Thank you, Mr. Bass. Right, I really haven't got long now because that sandbar's nearly disappeared. So I tell you what, this will be my last 2 casts, I think. You can stay with me for them. So yeah, if you've watched this far, give us a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to keep hunting this double figure bass. It will happen eventually. Has to. A law of averages. But yeah, lucky last cast this one. Beautiful sunset. And I look forward to getting back to this beach, I really will. And more of the west coast. Right, everybody, that is me. Thank you very much for watching. It's nice to put a few fish on camera for a change, eh? Right, tight lines, everybody.